everybody, and welcome back to Theme Park Tycoon 2. Today we are doing a ranking video of all the coasters and all of their skins. Today I am joined by Jackson.
What's up?
So before we begin today's video, I just want to say thank you for all the support on my recent coaster POV, the Beyond Vertical Drop coaster. I was not expecting that much support. Anyways, let's get right into this. First, let's start off with the Orca. Jackson, what do you think?
Sorry if you can hear the plane in the background, but a solid 7.5. The train looks really cool and the track looks really cool.
It's just hard to find a use for it, so I'm gonna give it a 7. Next, the Caterpillar skin. What do you think, Jackson?
I give it the teeth the mouth looks a little bit sus, so I'm brings it down to 6.
Yeah, I also give it a 6 out of 10. Now, my favorite junior coaster skin, the Dragon. It's very detailed. It's got the scales. It's also got teeth, detailed scales, tail. I give it a 9 out of 10.
Same thing with you. I give it a 9. The tail and stuff looks really cool.
Now the plane. Don't get me wrong, this is very detailed, but I just don't think it's as cool as Dragon, so I gotta give it an 8.5.
This one's my favorite. Same thing. 9.
Alright, now the old junior coaster, aka a box on wheels. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I give it a 4.
Yeah, it looks really ugly. I'd give it a 3.5.
Speaking of ugly, the face is creeping me out. 2 out of 10.
This is a 1. I don't like the teeth. I don't like anything.
Okay, moving on. The steel coaster, I actually kind of enjoy this one. I mean, the train design is a bit old, but the track is fine. It's a decent coaster. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Same thing. The track looks a little bit ugly, but the track and everything is really cool.
Now to a more modern coaster in the game, the Corkscrew coaster. It's very nice. The restraints just seem, I don't know why, they just seem a bit thin. But other than that, it's really good, so I'm gonna give it an 8.
Corkscrew coaster. I like the train. I don't really like the track though, so I'd give it
Okay, the Steeplechase coaster. It's not a bad design. It's just, here's my thing with it though. You can't really use it for much. So that's why I gotta give it a 5.
Yeah. Yeah, this roller coaster is really cool.
Alright. The 2-seat inverted coaster, I give it. It reminds me of an SLC though, so we all know how we feel about those. So I give it a 6.
Yeah, I don't really like SLCs. I'd give it an F. No, 7.
The old one, it's really basic, really. So I'm gonna give it a 4, a 3.
This one's pretty ugly in my opinion. I'd give it a 3.
Yeah. All right, now we're talking. The new multi-launch. In my opinion, this is my favorite IRL coaster model. It's so detailed. It's even got textures for the train. I gotta give it a 10 out of 10.
I'd give this one a 9.
It's pretty good. The old multi-launch.
Because not really anything. I just don't really use it, and I think it's almost not really useless, but overly useless.
Okay, let's get down to business with this. It's reusing the steel coaster train, and the LSM literally goes through the train.
Yeah, what? Why is
That's a disgrace. I give it like a 3.
Yeah, that looks really sus.
I give it a 3.
I'd give it like a 2.5.
Okay. The old spinning coaster. It's not a bad design. It is kind of basic. I feel like they need to do something where the seats are facing each other. Another.
I'd probably give this one like a 3. I don't really like it.
All right, another quality coaster in my opinion, the vertical launch. I gotta give it an 8. And wait, no, 8.75. Here's why. The track is literally just 2 rails connected to each other. I mean, the train is really good. Don't get me wrong. But the brakes look kind of weird, in my opinion.
Yeah, the only thing I pretty much don't like is the brakes, because they look really
Okay.
But I'd give this one like a 9.
Okay, the worst of them all. I'm not even gonna. Okay. First of all, who uses this texture? Who puts lights on the train like this? Okay, the only thing good about this is the propeller on the back. It shoots fire when the ride launches. So I gotta give it like a 1 out of 10.
I'd give this a -30.
Okay, moving on to the old flying roller coaster. It's only 2 seats across. It's pretty basic. And other than that, it's not really that great. I gotta give it like a 4.
I'd give this one like a 3. It's pretty ugly. And it just looks really cool.
Okay. Alright. The inverting launch coaster, I believe it's called. It's not a bad design. I feel like the shoulder restraints are kind of like bulky. Like not bulky, like thin and uncomfortable. So I gotta give it like a 4 again.
I give this one like, I don't like that flying track and the skip. I'd give it like a 3 or a 5.
Now a mine train coaster. This has goods and bads. Good. It really fits in well with like a good like Western theme or something like that. The bad news is it really looks weird without any theming. So I'm gonna have to give it like a 7.5.
I like the train design. It's pretty good for Western, the same thing. And I'd give this like a 8.
The old floorless. It's not a horrible design. When you say?
I didn't say anything.
Anyways, I think it's about a 5 out of 10. What about you, Jackson?
Because the train looks really nice in the track.
The motorcycle coaster with the OG skin. It looks really nice. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I gotta give it an 8.
I like the weird position you're in when you're sitting down.
Yeah.
9.5.
Ooh. Now the sidecar skin. This really gives me Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure vibes. It's just really detailed. They even made like a whole new wheel and stuff for it. I gotta give it a 9.25.
It looks really cool. The sidecar is really cool. I'd give this like a 9.5.
Okay, the inverted powered dark ride coaster. Literally nobody uses this. Like no one.
Use this thing.
And you have to build like a giant building, which I'm not a fan of. It takes me like 2 hours. Just to even have a decent ride. And not to mention the theming you need to make the ride enjoyable. So I gotta give it like a 5.
I don't really like the restraints as well. They look really weak. And plus, it's really, really, really useless. I give it like a 3.
Alright, now we're getting to the good stuff. The new single rail. I think it is one of the best redesigns in the game. It's even got like the realistic like vest restraints from RMC. I gotta give it a 9.5. Okay, now the old single rail coaster. It's not bad, but it's not great either. I gotta give it like a 4.
It's kind of ugly. The track is like really big for some reason. Which is like heavy. And I don't really like that. So I'd give it like a 3.
Yeah. Beyond Vertical Drop Coaster. The brakes actually look kind of cool. I feel like the track is almost like too wide. I feel like they need like make the track thinner. And the train design is actually not that bad. So I gotta give it like a 6.
This roller coaster, I think it's really cool. The track looks really cool and the brakes look really cool. The only thing I don't like about this roller coaster is like I can't really describe it. But it's like I can't really describe it.
Okay.
So I'd give this like an 8.
Oh, okay. Moving on, the Hypercoaster. You can make some really good stuff with this. I've actually have, and I might showcase it later on down the road, but I'd give it an 8.
I like this roller coaster. You can make recreations like Cannonball Nitro.
Even like any hyper or like any hyper or even a Giga Coaster made from B&M.
Yeah, like Orion, for example.
Or like Leviathan,
Yeah, Leviathan.
Diamond Stack, Behemoth Stack.
Yeah, I'd give this like a 9.
Okay, don't get me wrong. The suspended swinging coaster, it's not a bad design, but the seat is touching the floor basically. It's got like 1 centimeter of room. And it's like not a lot of, I don't really use it. And if you're gonna make them, it's like, it almost has to be a family coaster. Because if you make it like a hyper coaster, then it looks really weird. Trust me, I know.
I'd give this like, I think the track, I just don't like how it's triangular and like it's thrown in. But this roller coaster, the train looks really cool. I'd give it like a 6.
The inverted coaster, I actually really like this one. You can do some great stuff with this. You can make like Great Bear, stuff like that, or even like your own stuff. I gotta give it a 9. My only problem is the restraints seem a bit thin. What do you think, Jackson?
Roller coaster. Same thing. You can make recreations like Great Bear and all this stuff. I'd give this like a 9.
Okay, moving on to over here, the new floorless coaster. It's not really new now, but yeah. The restraints are really realistic. I like it when like the floor comes up and down. And yeah, the seat design is like really good, so as well as the good old B&M track. So I also gotta give it a solid 8.5.
Like this.
Like Rougarou, Kraken.
Oh yeah, Kraken. I forgot that existed. I'd give this like a 9.5 or 9.
Okay, stand-up coaster. Hear me out. It's not a bad design, just nobody uses it because it's a bad model. I gotta give it a 9.
The only thing I don't really like, about this is like that weird head thing that's there. I just think it looks kind of ugly. So I'd give this like a 9.
Okay. One of my favorites, a launched spinning coaster. I have made some interesting stuff with this. And the train looks great, the seats look great, restraints are good, track is basically perfect. I gotta give it a 9.75.
I think this roller coaster, it looks really, really cool. Track looks good, everything. And I give it like a 9.
Okay, a B&M fly. We got the flying coaster, 4 seats across. It is very realistic. Like when the train goes in and out of the flying position, they have like the thing to make it go, like the little rail to make it go down. It's really realistic. I gotta give it a 9.
I really like this one. and it goes into position is really cool. I'd give it like a 9.75.
The water coaster. The train looks absolutely great. It looks like a realistic boat with wheels. Only problem, it's confusing to use, and like no one uses it.
This roller coaster, or technically water ride, is pretty useless.
I
don't know how to-
only use the ride for money farms.
I don't know how to build this, and I only pretty much use this in money farms. I'd give it like an 8.
Alright, the new dive coaster, as you can see, I have one back there. The train is great. Here's my problem. If you're trying to recreate a dive coaster, 99%, like majority of dive coasters out there are 8 or some even 10 feet wide. It's only 6. Yeah. But it's absolutely stunning. I gotta give it a 9.
Same thing, like if you try to recreate stuff, I forget what dive coaster have succeeded. It's like Dr. Blank Cliffhanger.
Dr. Diabolicals.
Yeah, Dr. Diabolicals.
An Emperor at SeaWorld.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Emperor. I'd give it like a 9.
Okay, this thing. If we can call it a roller coaster. I think you guys can tell just by looking at this thing. I give it a 2.
I literally hate this thing. It's so ugly. 0 out of 10.
The wing coaster. I actually really like this model. The thing connecting the seats looks really cool. It's got the realistic vest restraints by B&M, blah, and, the seat design is great. Track design, good as usual. I give it an 8.5.
This is really cool coaster. You can make recreations like Gatekeeper and Thunderbird, for example.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think the ride launches. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the wing coaster has a launch.
Okay. Moving on to the
I'd give it
arguably
like a 9.
one of the worst things in the game. You can tell just by looking at this thing. 1 out of 10.
I'd give this like a 2. It's pretty ugly.
Yeah. Anyways, the wooden coaster. I really enjoy this ride. It looks great. The ride, it's really smooth, and the train design is absolutely almost perfect. 9. You know what? 10.
This roller coaster is absolutely fire. I think it's so amazing. Really cool recreation park. Yes, I know this roller coaster is closed, but while it's at a Hershey Park.
Dun, dun, dun. Hey, at least we got a sick RMC. Speaking of RMC, that's coming up soon.
Oh, stop it.
A discontinued model from Intamin, the hydraulic launch coaster. What I love about the new model is when you launch the catch car, which is the thing that moves the train on the launch track, it actually moves, like goes forward and backward. The track, I'm not a huge fan of the track.
Yeah, I don't really like how the track is very like thick and rectangular.
Yeah.
But everything else with this roller coaster is really cool.
It almost
Makes, like,
reminds me of
King
the
Kong stuff.
some of the track on like Cheetah Hunt at Busch Gardens.
Yeah, like you can also make Kingda Ka with this.
Yeah. And I also really don't, I don't know why, I'm just not a fan of the train.
I'd give it like an 8.8.
I give it like an 8. I actually like the train design of this one better. Sometimes basic is more. I know it's just a box with restraints, but it looks I really like it though. And the track isn't humongous, so I gotta give it an 8.
This thing, I don't really like it. The only thing I like is the train pretty much. And I like how also the track is less thick.
It's not
So
humongous.
it's like 6.
Okay. On to our second to last coaster, and arguably the best, is the hybrid. This thing is so insane. You can build anything with it. I've made like giga coasters with this. And yet they're still really smooth. This ride has got amazing trains, amazing track, and yeah. 10,
I literally love this roller coaster.
11 out of 10.
I like this roller coaster. You can literally make pretty much every high coaster in the entire world, like Wildcats Revenge, Iron Gwazi, and all those other stuff.
Yeah.
This one, I really like everything on it, so I'd give it like a 9.5. Or 10, I mean.
I gave it an 11. Okay, lastly, the 4D coaster. Okay. It doesn't look horrible. Here's my thing. What is this weird stick thing right here? I'm confused.
What, like this right here?
Yeah, this thingy right here. This blue thing sticking out. And another thing, you need to make the station like giant, just to fit like 2 cars. Like I used 4 station segments for this. So and the track is like kind of weird, but it's not bad. So I gotta give it like a 6.
I don't even know how to operate this thing. It's so weird.
And it's also got like a 600 restraints.
And plus you need to go 500 cc segments just for 1 car. So I'd give this like a 2.
Well, unfortunately, that is all of the roller coasters that we have at the time. I hope that you enjoyed listening to me and Jackson's opinions. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you don't have to. You can like and maybe subscribe. Maybe. I don't really care. Anyways, that's it. Goodbye.